Do you think the market reaction, though, is merited? Do you feel like there was that much of a breakthrough that justifies the kind of gains we are likely to see today?
Look, obviously the conversation with the two presidents went well enough for President Trump to be able to back down, or at least feel he could back down from the imposition of new tariffs on the U.S. side, which is a good sign. I think it's a very good sign. I think the market should bake that in, and has. But I will say that this administration has proven time and time again that if the talks slow, he will impose new tariffs. And so the only cautionary note I would say would be that. But I think that the Bob Lighthizer and Secretary Mnuchin, Ambassador Lighthizer, I think we'll get back to work quickly, and I think that I think we're all optimistic we'll get to a deal very quickly.
I know, Chris, in your D.C. days, which weren't that long ago, you're very close to people that are very high administration. Do you believe there is a difference, perhaps, between in-person Trump trade man, we saw the impromptu meeting at the border, versus White House Twitter tariff man? In other words, could we see, now that he returns to the United States, a return to the sort of the frustration, the tweets, that we don't get the in-person glad handling? We sort of get more back to what he was before, which is the tough stance.
I think he'll keep the pressure on China. I think rightfully so. I think China has a really good track record of talking a good talk, but when it comes to putting up the money, they just putting the money where their mouth is. They're really bad at doing that. So I certainly think that he will keep the pressure on. I think that obviously the president uses tweets quite liberally. I think that he will use that and to keep the pressure on. We'll see where the talks go, but I do know that the team around the president and the president himself are very, very dedicated to making sure that there's a deal that we get with China that's meaningful to the United States.
Should the equity markets be as giddy, Chris, as they are right now?
I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic that when I last saw you, I said I would buy, and I would still say the same thing. I think that the Chinese have to come to a deal. They have to for their economy. It's good for us to have the Chinese come to a deal as well. And so I think that at the end of the day, I think there will be a resolution, and we'll come to some sort of a deal. We'll see how comprehensive it is, but I do believe and expect that there will be a deal sometime in the first term of this administration.